What's going on, guys? Today, I've got something a little bit different, but something that I'm really excited about, and I've been waiting a long time to be able to do. I'm going to do a PSA reveal for my first ever PSA submission. This was a 7-card express level submission to PSA. I will put some more information down in the description about exactly how long this took and everything. I had the notes in my phone, but failed to realize that I film with my phone, so that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'm gonna post that stuff down in the description. It was right around 47 total days. I think it came to like 38 business days or so, which I think if you're going by how long PSA says it should take, that's a little bit more on the long end. However, if you go by the normal rate and the bulk submission rate, you can't beat you can't beat this turnaround time. So I was pretty happy with it. And also, I got these in before the price hike. So these were 75 a card as opposed to what they would have been now, which was 150 a card. A lot of these, if you're an experienced submitter, you might be saying, why didn't you submit these regular? Like they're football cards, you didn't need them back immediately. The simple answer to that is I'm very impatient. And with this being my first one, I was willing to bite the bullet and just get them back quicker and pay a little bit extra. Now you'll see on a couple of them, that probably hurt me a little bit because the margins shrank a lot when you're paying 75 for a card, as opposed to, if I had sent them normal, I think at the time it was 50 a card, or if I had done like thrown them in a bulk submission. But that truly wasn't what this was about. This wasn't about all profit. I'm impatient. I wanted to get them back quick. It was my first order. So yeah, let's dive right into this. Kicking it off with the first one that I was I'm gonna hide the next card with this Dominator's Aaron Rodgers. But this card I was a little bit surprised by. So just a little bit of background. I had 4 of these base Prism Tuas. This one got a 9. I had 4 of these, and I narrowed it down from 4 to 3, then narrowed it down again from 2 to 1, and I felt like this was the best one that I had, and it got a 9. I do have other Tuas. If you look at the corners back there where you usually see whitening, there's none. The centering on the back looks pretty good. I thought the centering on the front looked really good too, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. A possible resub candidate, but at the same time, like these just Tuas aren't worth that much, so maybe I'll wait and see what he looks like next season and then I'll reevaluate. But was really surprised by this one. I thought this was one of my safest bets at a 10, so yeah, I was a little thrown off by that, but nonetheless, it's a 9 to a really good looking card. All right, so the next one is a banger here. It's a banger, but it could have been even better. So there you see it, Anthony Davis, Prism rookie. This one also got a 9. I think in a 10, this card's right around $2,400. That's obviously what I was hoping for. In a 9, I'm actually not sure of the value, but either way, this was cracked out of a GMA 10 slab. And I bought that thing for so cheap. I bought it for cheaper than I was seeing a lot of the raw cards go for. So either way, very happy with this. If I decided to sell it today, I could make a little bit of money, but I'm definitely going to hold it until the playoffs and until Anthony Davis is back and healthy. But you can see the centering on the left to right is a little bit off, but I examined the card multiple times, really did my due diligence on this one, and I thought it was perfect in basically every other way, so I thought it had a decent chance at a 10, and the centering left to right really isn't that bad, so I'm not entirely sure. Again, maybe a pop control thing, but I thought this card looked super clean. Maybe a candidate for a resub in the future, but we'll see. Okay, so the next card here, I think this is the base, yes. Base Prism, Joe Burrow rookie. This got a PSA 10. The whitening that you see sometimes on these back corners, this didn't have any of it. Centering on the back, I thought looked really good. And then centering top to bottom, left to right on the front, I thought looked really good. Clean surface, corners, all that good stuff. And then for the sake of time, there's another one right here. So 210 Prism base Joe Burrows. I was ecstatic to see that. I was very, very excited that these both got 10s. I think Joe Burrow is a guy who his value is a little bit low right now due to the injury, but I think the sky's the limit for him. And there you go, 2 PSA 10 Joe Burrows. Now the next one, as you can see, is also a Joe Burrow. This one I was really, really surprised by. Really surprised. So if you look at these back corners, there's a touch of whitening there and none here. Centering on the back looks really good. This is the red cracked ice prism, Joe Burrow. It's got an 8.5. I was really surprised by that. I thought that this card was super clean. Probably a card that I'm going to resub. And if you see anything, that I'm not seeing, sometimes you can be sort of biased towards your own cards. If you guys are seeing anything that I'm not seeing, let me know. I do have to tilt it a certain way so that the glare doesn't show up. But there's sort of a more straight on view. You can see the centering. Man, I think it looks really good. I don't know what happened. It's possible that there was something with the surface maybe that I missed. Um, but yeah, man, I thought this card looked really, really clean. So I was expecting, you never really want to expect a 10, but I thought it had a good chance at a 10 and would get a 9. But yeah, something happened and it got dinged that extra half point. So I was a little surprised by that, but it is what it is. The next card, when I sent it in, just a little bit of backstory. When I sent this in, I bought this as a single off of eBay. And when I sent it in, I thought it had a really good shot at a 10. Ended up doing a little bit more research and just sort of looking at PSA 9s and 10s of this exact card on eBay. And I noticed that the top to bottom centering might be a touch off. So it did end up getting a 9. Really, really pretty card. But yeah, if you look down here on the nameplate, this white, if you look at 9s and 10s, on eBay, a lot of the 10s, there's less white under his name. A lot of the 9s look exactly like this. So I think that's what got me, because otherwise I just thought this was flawless. Left to right is something that I really paid attention to. You can see these little bars right here. Just, really looked over those and tried to make sure that those were clean, and I thought they checked out, but I guess I just dropped the ball a little bit on the top to bottom centering, and I think that's what got me, because otherwise I thought this card was really, really pretty. And I'm a sucker for pink cards, so that might just be a PC item for the time being. Okay, so the last card here is a Justin Herbert. It is an optic, so if you're keeping track at home, 2 9s, an 8.5, and 2 10s. Not the best gem rate, but for my first order, I'm okay with it. And like I said, I did pay a little bit extra to get these express. Probably could have held off on doing that, but just super impatient, so I wanted to get them back. So here is this is the Optic Preview Pink Justin Herbert. This is not the one that's in the new Optic product. So this was also bought as a single off of eBay. And there you go, a Gem Mint 10. Was very, very excited to see that. This is a nice card, man. I think I haven't checked comps in the last couple days, but at one point the last sale did right around 1,000. So if you factor in, I paid about 135 or so, 140 for this card several months ago. Send it in, 75 plus shipping, do all the math there. And if I decided to sell this today, that would be a pretty decent profit. I think I'm going to hold this until next NFL offseason, when hopefully it could be even more. But man, I got this card in the mail off of eBay, and I'm always hesitant to buy raw singles off of eBay with the intention to grade them, because you just never know. But I got this, looked it over, and man, I thought it looked clean, and I really like that picture too. So yeah, it's a cool card. I don't know how it will stack up against, the regular pink optic. I don't know how that really works. I would have to assume that this one is a little bit more rare, but I could not tell you how those are going to stack up value-wise. But yeah, man, really cool cards. So that is the submission for sure. The highlights being, let's see here, for sure the highlights being, of course, the 210 Joe Burrows, and then the 10 Justin Herbert. Also, the Anthony Davis is a really nice card too. But I would say that those four are probably the best of the order. If you have any questions about the PSA submission process and how it sort of went for me on my first time, I'll do whatever I can to help you out. With this being my first time, I'm not super experienced with this stuff, but just drop any questions that you have down below, or I'll put my Twitter and Instagram links and everything in the description, and you guys can reach out and just shoot me any questions. If I can answer them, great. If not, hopefully I can kind of point you in the right direction. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching.